God says about people who intentionally lead his children astray, it ain't good.
Ooh, I know this one. Pick me. I'm a Bible scholar. I would love to talk to you about what the Bible says. But first of all, hi, Amy. I didn't know who you were, and I was really surprised to see that you drew so many conclusions just from a list of emojis. But then I saw who you worked with, and I'm not surprised anymore. Since the other two passages in your caption are completely taken out of context and have nothing to do with what we're talking about here, I thought we could focus on Matthew 18 together. First of all, I'm assuming that you're speaking about spiritual children because I don't make content for kids. And this passage is talking about literal little babies. And since being a mother is one of your main personality traits, I thought we could connect on that point. I'm also a mom. I also care about children. By way of reminder, for those of you who don't remember, this passage that she is talking about is when Jesus says that it is better for a person to have a millstone tied around their neck and thrown into the sea than to cause a little child to stumble. I love it when Jesus gets cheeky like this. Many English translations render the Greek word here scandalizo, which is where we get our English word scandal, and that etymology lesson is for free, as to stumble. But most scholars actually agree that this verb carries the connotation of sexual abuse or exposure for the purpose of killing infants. In the ancient world, children were seen as subhuman, which means that exposure of infants or sexual assault of children wasn't really seen as a moral dilemma. People didn't see them as fully human, therefore they could do basically whatever they wanted with them, which isn't great, and Jesus agrees. And Jesus takes it very seriously. The context of this passage is that he just told the disciples that the kingdom of heaven belongs to these children, which means that he's completely subverting the idea that kingdoms are for kings. No, he's saying in this heavenly kingdom, the most marginalized communities are the ones who will enter the kingdom of heaven first. And it's our job to protect those marginalized communities. All right, Amy, let's do a thought experiment. Who are the most marginalized communities in the United States? I don't think that it's conservative evangelical white women, but maybe I'm wrong. And you would never support legislation that is actively being put in place by somebody who has countless sexual allegations against them, right? And you wouldn't support a platform that creates content specifically to teach Christian nationalism to children. And you definitely wouldn't support a government that's more preoccupied with protecting children from drag queens than it is the school shooters that are actively killing them. You're right. Jesus does take those people very seriously, Amy.